How you doing? I thought I'd make a quick video around a subject that has a lot of interest for parents of young tennis players, and I coach quite a few aspiring young players. I have a couple of my own kids that are reasonable, and a question that I often get asked by parents is how do kids make the progress step from being a junior player to a professional player? It's a good question, and it's a question that I think there's a lot of misinformation about. One of the general responses these days is that the kids have to clock up a certain amount of hours by a certain age to have the muscle memory to actually be competent players at the professional level. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, there's so many different factors. There's things out of our control. What are we born like in terms of our physique? Where is our growth going to take us? What sort of player do we have to try and become, to suit our physique? How good an athlete are we? What are our parents like as athletes? What are we like mentally? Do we have the right mental aptitude to handle the pressure day in, day out at a tour level? Now these are some of the real basic things which probably aren't thought about. Generally, the answer from a lot of coaches is, hit more balls, 20 hours, 25, 30 hours a week, just keep hitting more balls and then that will take you to the top. And I don't think it's the case. I know some professional players that did half of that, but they spent a lot of time on their physical side. They spent a lot of time on their mental side. You have to get some luck with injuries. You have to look after your body with a lot of stretching. You have to have the funding to get to the right places, to have a chance to actually get the ranking points to then move to the next level. So there's so many different factors in play here. But the main thing I would say as a junior, as advice to parents, is don't overtrain the kids at a young age, because youth only comes along once and the chances of making it as a professional are very, very small. We're unfortunate that tennis doesn't allow the opportunity for many people to make a living out of it. So I would certainly say don't sacrifice the childhood of a kid. Let them enjoy that, and give them the foundations that if they decide to make the choice to really push hard at sort of 14, 15, 16, then they have the basic tools to be able to do so, and the support from their parents. But I think too many parents are out there putting so much pressure on their kids, both physically and mentally, that they get to the stage of making those decisions and they just think, well, I've had enough. I want to go and actually enjoy being a child now. So I think get the balance right. It's got to come from the kid eventually, because the parents can only go so far. But the kids have to be very driven themselves. They have to be physically in amazing shape. They have to obviously play enough tennis. They have to have the mental control to survive, and they have to be able to get to the places to actually compete at the right level. Living down here in Australia, I think we're a little bit clouded by the level, because we're a small country by people anyway, and I think once you get overseas and see the level and the desperation of some of these players, it's very tricky. So keep hanging in there and fighting if you want to do it. It's great if you do, but please don't think this hitting a million balls is the answer, because I certainly don't think it is.